What is up, my people? Oh, I forgot my mic. Let's plug in the mic, Mike. Sorry for that. Had a long day. How about you? Let's give myself some light. Yeah, I thought about this topic. What did I learn in Brazil? What did I learn? Actually, I think it's a big thing. I went to Brazil twice. And my first time was in 2005, and it was a massive experience. It was the second time for me to go from a Western country to for a long period, 6 months, to a tropical country, and there's many cultural clashes. Just by that fact, you're from a different continent, and well, of course, I went there and I thought, well, I trained 4 years capoeira. I know capoeira, and I just go there and train, and all will be nice and cool, and yeah, it was nice and cool, but it was also really yeah, confronting. It was confronting because I remember the first couple of weeks. I just came there. I landed in Salvador. I had a contact from Holland. She was also like a Dutch friend of mine. She was also staying there, and I just stayed in the same house as she was sleeping, as she stayed. So that was my basis, right? I stayed there for 2 weeks. Then I kind of looked further, and also in these 2 weeks, I tried to find a capoeira school, and this was for me, I think, the hardest. I think it was the hardest because I I wanted to train. I I was in this phase of wanting to train really hard. You know what I mean? So I came from a martial art background, had 4 years of capoeira. I'm in the capital, or one of the capitals of capoeira. And there I was, and I visited one, two, three, four, five, six groups, and none of that I felt. None of the groups I thought, yeah, here is where I want to train. And my mistake was that I did it all by myself. I wanted to discover. I wanted to. What up? Tá tudo? O que é o do Brasil? Capoeira, sim, senhor. Mestre Prino, tudo bem? Seu nome é João Quirino? Tudo bom, muito bom que você está ouvindo. Eu não tenho tradutor, não. E você tem? Ou você fala para mim, para meus vídeos, ou só essa live, sessão de live? Me fala, ok? Do you understand English though, João? If so, you can write in Portuguese, and I understand, all right? So let me know. Yeah. So just pick up the story. So the first couple of weeks, it was hard, because okay, let me tell you this. I came from like a regional that my foundation then was regional kind of. My teacher, Mestre Valu from Salvador, he taught the rawness of capoeira. Many our games were like acrobatics, a lot of kicks, fighting a bit, and that, I think, for the thumbnail I posted body language, right? And this is the main thing. I was not aware of my body language. I did not know what I communicated with my style of capoeira. I didn't know, and my style was fighting capoeira. Oh my God! Some guys must have had fun with me, because I just communicated with my flexible legs and high kicks. Armadas really high, chapas. I communicated. I wanted to fight. I didn't want to fight, but I just moved the way I did. So for me, it was just movement, right? I wasn't aware of the fighting element that I brought at all. So I remember I went to one school, and well, of course, concrete floor, right? And it was in the city of, it was close to Piedade. What was the name of the school? They were linked to Porta da Barra. I don't know. I can't recall the exact name, but I entered there, and it was like a macho kind of, fighting thing. I thought, yeah, whatever, fine. Um, and I trained, and then also I came for the Roda, and they started to call me Maluqueiro. And the reason why was that I just kept on playing my game. So not realizing what I was communicating, namely that I wanted to fight, which I didn't want to. So people, they just came back to me, they just threw things at me like tesouras, chapas, martelos, rabjahayas, melude compassos. I got taken down one time, quite rough. But I thought, well, it's the style they play, it's fine. Still, I wasn't aware of what I was communicating. And then yeah, then I had some blood and stuff like this, but I didn't really felt the vibe. The capoeira was fine. They had nice techniques and stuff, but I didn't feel the overall vibe of the teacher. For me, was a bit too macho. So I kept on searching, and one of the first schools I went uh, um, was Capoeira Nagom. And at that time, I didn't know that who the headmaster was. I didn't know anything. Basically, I just thought, okay, there's Capoeira school. Let's go there and see what happens. And now, what I learned there was that I um, I wanted to be treated as equal, and that was my problem. I wasn't aware of the hierarchy of capoeira, so that maybe when a gringo student or a student comes in for the first time, maybe the master, the maestri, or the teacher is not like, "Hey, how are you doing?" and well, welcome. But that was something that I kind of expected, because that's the way I am, right? Um, and not understanding that there's a capoeira culture, there's a Brazilian culture, and it's more like, they feel the vibe, and okay, you can jinga a little bit. Well, off you go, train along a little bit. And I had learned, because I got kicked, my ass got kicked before this as well. So I learned not to train along right away. So I just checked it out as a visitor, and I was just there, and I enjoyed. There some guys were really skillful. I like the kicking techniques and stuff. But the reason I didn't train, I didn't want to go with this group, was because yeah, the teacher didn't approach me at all. Maybe he shook my hand, maybe not. I can't recall, but he just left it. And he just said, well, he just continued with his training, and I didn't feel that. And then I also went to another capoeira school, a bit more towards the favelas, and which was fine. I just went there. Um, Not being aware of potential danger, but but there it was a small school, so really small class. And with my 4 years of capoeira, I was one of the more advanced students, so I didn't like that. I came there to learn, and so I didn't go there either. I went to 5 6 schools, and you know with my limited mindset, I didn't find the school that I wanted, even though I wasn't sure what I wanted. But uh, I guess I wanted to feel good somewhere, right? um, if you just tune in, nice, you're welcome. Opa, Wow, some spam is coming in. All right. Um, yeah. So talking about this, talking about types of schools, and you know what happens? Then happens something that really was for me really really essential because I also trained fitness, right? I did that at that time, like just machines and whatever, because I felt insecure. That was the reason. So I did that 3 times a week. It was crazy. Sometimes twice, but mostly three. So at that school, I was doing this for like 5 weeks and 6 weeks, and I trained capoeira by myself on a beach and there in their room as well. But it was really frustrating because I was in middle of Salvador, one of the capitals of capoeira, and I was training by myself, just as I did or as I could do anywhere in the world, right? So there was a moment that I got so frustrated. I thought, okay, I'll stop capoeira. I just want to train, and there was a jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, MMA, boxing school, Thai boxing school, close to my house, and I doubted to. I just wanted to go there for a minute. I wanted to go there and yeah, just have a training there. Um, and then this guy told me, who was training there, told me, well, I can hook you up with my crew. I do some capoeira as well, and that was where I met capoeira engenho with. I met Professor Baianinho. He was training with capoeira engenho, Cidade Baixa, com Professor Baianinho, and the first time he offered, like, you can step by to my group. I was like, no, not again. I was just disappointed. I just didn't believe that this could be something, right? So but he kept on asking, and I think the next week, sorry guys, had a rough day. The next week I went, and I took a bus, and it was in Cidade Baixa, so pretty far from the city, right? um well, and that reception was just amazing. I just did not encounter that reception, and it was awesome. I'm If you're watching, se você está assistindo, professor ou conta-mestre Baininho agora, muito valeu pelo seu carinho e de receber de mim em casa sua e a sua treinamento, porque está saindo. Yeah, I'll go back to English. So, but the training was really nice. The teachers were nice, and even there they said, come on, let's play a little bit of capoeira." And I was like, "No, man," and then get my ass kicked again. So and I thought, well, I think I was quite nervous as well. It's quite intimidating. Well, it was for me, not knowing so much of the culture, and then in a different neighborhood. I went by myself, with this guy from the fitness school, but still, I was there, and yeah, it was a good time, good moment, and I felt the social interaction, and they really welcomed me, and that was the reason. Besides the beautiful capoeira, I saw different capoeira with more movements on the ground, with the balance they had. They played Angola Regional Chico Chic, so 3 games instead of one standing game. So for me, I decided to train there, and yeah, there was just one really awesome ride of capoeira, and quite soon after, I think the week after or 2 weeks later, I met Contra Mestre Grandão, now Mestre Grandão, and then I experienced the same thing that happened earlier, that he wouldn't directly talk to me as if I'm his friend, because he doesn't know, right? He doesn't know if I'm his friend, and this I understood now better, right? So this is one thing I really learned, and Ah, você, ok, legal. Ah, yeah, you're welcome. Um, você joga capoeira Angola, que legal. Eu também jogo Angola-ish. Eu não sou angoleiro, mas eu jogo. Eu jogo o jogo de capoeira Angola. Para mim, tudo. O estilo é um toque. Eu jogo capoeira nos vários toques. É, então, yeah. So that was for me one of the most profound lessons. You know that just the communication, what you do with your body, so your body language, and yeah, and also the hierarchy and the culture that it's not directly, oh, there's a stranger coming in, and that they would shake hands and just embrace you for the person who you are. Even though in my world view, I experience people like that. You know, for me everybody is the same, and it doesn't matter where you come from, if you have money or not, you can live on the street, and I respect you, you know. um, but yeah, obviously this is not general, and definitely not general capoeira stuff. So yeah, this is one thing I learned. How about you guys? Who's well, João, you're oh, that's cool. Thanks for watching, João. So have you met any gringos there, and did you learn from their culture? You know, let's flip it around. Você aprendeu uma coisa dos gringos ou dos pessoas de outras culturas, fora a cultura de brasileira? It's an interesting question, right? I think mixing cultures is really it's essential. Well, I'm kind of mixed race. My father's Dutch, my mother's partly Indonesian, so I'm mostly Dutch, but I have some Indonesian influences. My kids are half Chinese and half me, whatever that may be then. So that's oh, you're ok, canhão, mestre canhão. Ok, legal, muito bom, parabéns. Yeah, that's it, man. It's yeah. Thanks for watching. Who else is watching? Let me. Who else is seeing there? So, shall I drop some other lessons? What about let me talk about another big thing. You know, another big thing for me was the experience of the money thing. You know, that when you come as a European to a tropical country, where the social, well, where are being seen as rich, you know, you come there and you notice, obviously, like people are looking at you for different reasons, right? Many people, they see you like walk like as a walking bag of money. Others just want something, and also girls, you know, many girls, they just ran up to me because they see, well, he's not from here, let's have a go, you know. And um, culturas aqui do Brasil mesmo. É. Yeah, there are different cultures there as well, right? Yeah, you're right. So I think this struck me for a bit, that in my experience, everybody's equal. Um, everybody's unique as well, but on a fundamental level, we're equal, right? We are well, that's what I believe, souls in a body. We want love, enough food, shower, and yeah, enjoy life as much as we can. So I got confronted with that inequity, that inequality of the Brazilian society, and of course we have it here as well. in Holland, but it's less predominant. You can see it less because the middle class is the biggest class, right? So, but there, like the middle higher class, social class, it's a tiny bit of people, and the majority is like have less money to spend, and so I've noticed that the focus is more on money, you know, on earning money, and I found that hard, you know. I found that hard. Um, well, it's a luxury problem because I obviously I you know it's yeah. Thanks, João. I won't call. Let's communicate through here. Yeah, you can leave your messages and. Yeah, I rather use YouTube and other social media. But thanks for your peace and love. Yeah. So what else? What else can I talk about, man? Yeah. So that in the game, in the harder. Well, yeah. Let me one harder thing. Yeah. I remember at that time, Professor Bainio taught me like because I trained then already 4 or 5 months there, and I was one of the advanced kind of people. And he told me like, well, if you are one of the advanced people, then also act like it, you know. So in the harda, you know, lead people to clap, like give some energy to the harda. And but this clashed with my feeling because in the hardest I felt quite intimidated, and I didn't feel so secure, right, or self-aware. I didn't have had so much confidence. So I that thing he said really lifted me up and changed my kind of changed my perspective, because I could step forward. Sure, I knew quite a bit, you know, and I knew that when some young alumnus that, you know, I can boost them up. So this is one thing that you if you have a certain level or certain role, naturally you should act out that role and use your skills, basically. And that's what he did. So so yeah, that was another class, man, another lesson. Ok, João, yeah, valeu, tudo bem. Eu vou para um outro live, porque eu vou para o Facebook agora. Não capoeira, mas falo sobre outras coisas. Ok, valeu, João, e os outros assistindo. Até a próxima. My name is Vita, aka Arnold, aka Vitamina, Capu Flow in the house. If you haven't subscribed, do that. And be happy. Capu Flow, improve, connect, and play. See you later. Ciao. Valeu.